Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Briggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my man. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. Glad to be here.
All right. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us online at h53productions.com for our merch. Also follow us on our socials. Hey, Sarah at Super Duper Pod, SUPADPAPOD. We on that TikTok, on that IG. I think that's it. Sarah, let us know. But yeah, again, on the website, you can find more content such as the Easy Smoke and GM podcast with our own Ez McMahon. Ez, you guys record this week?
We did. We broke down the NFL draft for the Bears and spent a little time on the other teams within the number one division, in our opinion, in all the NFL, the NFC North. Yeah, that was the show. So Caleb Williams is officially a Bear.
So I mean, so how you feeling about him, man? You feeling better?
Yeah, we talked about that on the pod. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, cool.
Well,
listen, it's a good buzz around the city.
We're trying to, therapeutically get through it, and
if you tell yourself it's okay enough.
We miss Justin, but no,
hey,
this should be a good thing. It should be a good thing.
Hey man, I do. I wish Justin the best, man. I thought we had something. You know what I'm saying? Thought we had something. So, but yeah, things come to an end, bro. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But until it close the curtain, you know the rest. But make sure you check out the Easy Smoke and GM podcast wherever you get your podcast. So, just a quick one for you guys today. So as to stay with the sports thing, man, it's been the NBA playoffs, my favorite time of year. You know what I'm saying? We saw the Lakers get bounced out of the playoffs. So long, LeBron. They gone. And AD had a show. So, I mean, I was thinking, all right, if I'm playing a professional sport and I got hurt, would I push through or would I keep playing? Because on one hand, like the pushing through, right? It's that warrior whole mentality, like you playing through it, but like sometimes, like look like a guy like Grant Hill, right? Could have had a different career if he maybe just didn't play some earlier games in Detroit, but he was trying to gut it out, and his ankles were tore up for the rest of his career, and he didn't have the career that because people don't really. I sound like these old NBA podcast hosts. People don't remember, man, but people don't. Yeah, Grant Hill was like mixing everybody up, man. When he came to the league, it was like, yo, it's nasty.
Early on, they were comparing him to Mike.
Bro, and it was legitimate. He was mixing them up, man.
Yeah.
Dunking on Scotty, blowing past everybody, just like and then the ankle. He's playing on the ankles when he was injured. So, but all that to say, I see Anthony Davis get bumped in the shoulder. He's like, I'm out. Take care. Hey, come on. And LeBron like, hey, bro, we about to lose. You can't get out. But AD was like, nope. And when he get hurt, it's like he just be on the ground so long. And it's like I wanted to be thinking like, hey man, get up, man. Just come on, dog. Dag. He's be rolling around.
I don't get into people's pain tolerance. Some people have a higher tolerance for pain than others.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes if you can go, you got to go. That's the rule, especially in a situation where it's an elimination game and it's tight. If you can go, you gotta tough it out and you gotta go. Unless if it's a difference between being hurt and being injured. If he has a torn rotator cuff or something like that, then he probably needs to sit down. But if it's
I still got it.
it's some
I can still do it, bro. No,
If
your arm is
if
backwards.
if it's some muscle pain, yeah, you gotta separate his shoulder. You gotta go sit down. That's not,
Yeah,
that's not gonna work. But if it's, just a owie,
you said that one.
you gotta
That's hilarious.
rotate that a little bit. You gotta go.
That's hilarious. But yeah, it was like it was over, and it's like, man, they about to be out the paint. I'm just waiting for the next LeBron announcement.
He was not very nice with that, by the way.
What you mean? I don't know. What did he say? I didn't really
They
see it.
asked him, did you think about the fact that this could be your last game with the Lakers? And he said, I'm not going to answer that. And so it's a thought.
Man, it's
That
like
that's what that tells me. That
well,
is definitely a thought.
that's like last year and they got swept. He's like, I'm retiring. Oh, LeBron's retiring. No, Jokic was like, come on, brother. I'm trying to win a championship, brother. What you doing, brother? Yeah, well, I'll tell you off the pot. But all these sports going on, this baseball, it's I guess people playing baseball. I mean, I know you go to work, so I guess it's proof that the baseball season is happening. But
Man, I've been around a lot of baseball the last week, man.
hey, I'm so sorry for this man.
I've been to 3 games in the last week, man. Crazy. Two
For
for
work, right?
two for work. Well, two for work. One was
Okay.
actually the White Sox won on a walk-off in the game that I went to as a fan.
Oh, look at that, man. Yo,
Yeah.
when I was younger, Pops used to just randomly, I love my dad, and like out the blue, because my dad was always working. So like, say a day I come home, sometimes you got a day at school, you got all your plan in mind. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna do this little homework, I'm gonna go outside, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to these girls on the phone. I get home, my dad's like, hey son, I'm like, uh-oh, what's up? What's the White Sox game? Right now, right now, right now. Okay. I ain't got, what you gonna say? No, we got similar dads. It's like, okay, you just in the car, and he's there. Like, and we at the game. Get there. It's already started. Third inning. We get to get to our seats, and they down. But then, no matter every time I go to the game with my dad, they would win. Like without
Yeah.
fail. We'll be like, we about to leave. Here go, all right, son. Just stay for one more inning. Crazy home run. Here go, be good luck, kids. So
Well, I
that was
remember.
that
And
was our thing.
the Sox were good in the 90s.
Yeah, they were, man. They really were.
They were good.
They really were, man. And
They
still,
were
I remember,
good.
I remember '05, just that championship was like, man, this team is really. I mean, I never been locked in so much baseball in my life, man. To '05, I guess a championship would do that for you. You know
I've
what I mean?
told you my '05 story, right?
No,
So this was early in my career, but I would get blessed with twice a week. I would get ticket offers to White Sox at least twice a week. Ticket offers
Mhm.
from the job to White Sox game. You want to go
Yeah.
to Sox game tonight? Because I worked a day shift,
Okay.
and so I would say yeah, absolutely. So I went to about roughly 30 games,
Mhm.
and they lost a good majority of those games.
Jeez, they packed
Mind
up
you,
some.
this was '05 when they went wire to wire first place, right?
Sure. Oh my
So
goodness,
the
yeah.
games I was going to, they were losing though.
Yeah. Man, you almost made the streak go bad, man.
So the playoffs come and the same thing happens. I'm getting these offers to go to playoff games. And I said, no,
Can't do
I
it.
can't go. This is bigger than me. For
Right, right,
whatever
right.
reason, they don't win when I go to the games this year. I'm not going to the playoffs. I stayed away, and what happened? They win the World Series.
So I'll
So
share my similar story. But what's your Chicago sport rank? Is it Bears, Sox, Bulls, Hawks?
yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That
Well, wait. For the most right now.
no, don't do it. Don't do it now. You NBA hater. Nope. Don't do that now. No. Don't even try it.
Oh man.
It's I almost said Bears, Sox, Hawks, Bulls. And I was like, he hate the NBA, man. So
Hawks are a
See, I knew it.
close
I knew it,
fourth.
man. Okay.
They're a close
Just feel
fourth.
racist kind of way. I feel like you're racist.
But remember, well, after Mike is different.
fair, fair. Like
During
before,
Mike,
it was Bears
it was
Bulls.
Bears, Bulls, White Sox, and then after Mike, White Sox became number two.
Yeah, see, I'm Bulls, Bears, Sox. It's three teams for me. No, I'm actually it's four. I'm Bulls, Bears, Sox, Sky. There we go.
The Sky, look at you.
Sky. Look at me, man. So
Let,
inclusive.
we should talk about that, by the way.
Oh, the stat that I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Later.
guys, you
Oh, you
well,
want to? We can do it
let's
now.
just do it now.
Whatever.
Let's do it
Whatever.
now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So because I won't forget the next point. But it's like guys, Ezra doesn't check his Instagram, so I have to as an old man, I have to copy the link and send it to him via text. That's the way I know
I'm not on
he'll
social
read
media
it.
like that. Sorry. What can I say?
It's fine, dude. But
Uh,
bet your algorithm says different. So
that's true.
it says different. It's like
Yes.
Ezra's on here a lot, guys.
No, it's just that when I'm on there,
It get a little reckless.
yeah, yeah. It's either that, or golf. That's it.
But I sent you I think it was from All the Smoke, right? I think it was All the
Yes.
Smoke.
Yeah.
And they were talking to a guy and he
Well,
was talking
no, do you know who they were talking to? Did you
that
notice
was
that?
Obama that was
That
Michelle
was
Obama's
Craig.
brother,
That was
right?
Craig Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Michelle Obama's brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was asking the host Matt and Steven Jackson, just like, hey, do you guys know the top demographic for WNBA games? And of course, and then he gave an answer. The answer was black males. And so, like, it was shocking. But then, to your point, it's like, think about it, it's not really surprising, right?
No.
Because I think because I say this, and I hope this doesn't come off offensive. So every time I say that, then somebody's going to get offended. But like, I remember I was at I was at a work function, a work meeting, and they were talking about like, the WNBA men don't support it, and it's a shame that these women don't get. And it's like all those are fair, but the truth is, the reason Beyonce and Taylor Swift had the top grossing concerts is because women went. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
women ain't
Right.
going to these games. Like they not. If you ask a woman if she want to go to WNBA game, she'd rather go to the NBA. But like a lot of men, like they like the sport or they got daughters and they
Yeah.
want to show their daughter to the game. So when they
If you
started,
go,
yeah,
if you go to a Sky game, you see majority is black men and kids.
yeah. It's like gotta
That's
take
what
these
you see
kids
at
somewhere.
games.
You can't because you can't afford to take 2 and 3 kids. Because trust and believe, if I'm taking the kids, I'm taking the kids to the Bulls, but I'm taking just the boys. But I got tickets for free. Like when pastor at church gave them to me, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Hey, would you and the boys like to go?" Cool, but paying for that solo dolo, like, I don't know, man. For them to not enjoy it, want to go home early, nah, man. But Sky, come on, Sky. Even though we didn't record as we missed that week. So since the draft, I looked up the prices for these Sky tickets.
Oh,
They crazy now,
well,
man.
we look draft night. I was talking to my cousin coaches at women's basketball at Loyola.
Shout out to coach.
And so we were talking during the draft, and he actually went to the website just to go check on season tickets. They had a waiting list set up for season
Dude,
tickets at that point.
the Fever game with Caitlin Clark couldn't see a ticket less than
Yeah,
$300.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the reason's crazy because it was literally like what, $25,
yeah,
30
yeah.
dollars. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, so
But
hopefully they can get this revenue up, man.
good for them.
Doggone.
But man, I'm in a bunch of well, not a bunch. I'm in a couple of sports groups out
Mhm.
there, like on Facebook, whatever, because I'm old. But when WNBA is talked about, it's it's the brothers that's defending the sport.
Yeah. Well, even in the league, like it's like a lot of dudes from the NBA. They're going to the
Yeah,
games
yeah,
on their off days or like in the summer. You see NBA players all around there, and it's so like I thought that was a cool stat because like before Kobe passed, God rest his soul, like that's what he was doing, right? He was promoting the women game
yeah,
because you can't
yeah.
tell me GG got rest his soul wouldn't have been like at UConn. Wait, because that was 2020. Doggone, that was 4 years ago. Ed.
Well, he said they were already talking to UConn.
Yeah.
Gino
Wait, she
Ariema
was
said that.
how old was she? Was she 12 or
She was
13?
12, I think.
She also so she would just be a junior in high school by now. But I mean it'd be like a couple more years. She cooking in UConn.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's real.
And then imagine her, because I mean, look, Caitlin Clark is the lightning rod. You know what I'm saying? People don't like her, but listen, y'all want the WNBA to get this money? Y'all better ride this Caitlin Clark train,
Yep, as
phrasing.
far as you can.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because
sir.
that's what's gonna get the people in. Because again, we didn't record that week. They showed her salary. I don't know if you guys talked about it on the sports pod, but like her top end salary was $96,000 a
Yeah.
year. Well, it's not really a year. It's what, the summer, right? But
Well,
still,
I mean, for the season,
some
it's
season, but significantly less than like
but I mean, you got to think
professional
about it.
athlete.
It's a 42 game season
Mhm.
for one, and they don't have the um, the media rights deal that
Right.
the men's leagues do. So the NBA,
Oh,
the
right.
NFL, that's where the majority of leagues revenue comes from. Is the television
Mhm.
money.
So then wait, so hold on. Is a current deal is packaged with the NBA, right?
No, they have their own deal.
The WNBA.
The
They
WNBA has
oh,
their
it's
own
just
deal with
they're just
ESPN.
but they're just not getting the command that the
Right,
other leagues
right. I
get,
mean,
right?
you look at they're talking about the NBA deal ends after next season,
Hmm.
and then the new agreement starts. They've
Yeah,
already they signed like a couple $1 billion deal with Amazon to take over a part of the package.
yeah, I saw that
ESPN, ABC has another,
because they
you
want
know,
to keep the finals on
few
on
billion
the
dollar
ABC
package to keep the finals. And now the fight is between NBC, well, what's
and
being
TNT.
reported between NBC and TNT. They're saying NBC has put together a package worth $2.5 billion
Yeah.
for
So let me
it's like a partial package for the NBA. That's
so
crazy.
that means Chuck and them gonna be on Amazon because
Yeah.
they can't get rid of inside the NBA. Can't do it.
Well,
They can't do it.
I don't know.
Well, they'll just
Well,
probably take all the
they'll
people
move and take
and
all
move
the
the show
people that
over.
were, yeah, they would have to.
Yeah.
They would have to. I think
Doggone it.
when uh when NBC took over Sunday Night Football, they
Mm.
took a lot of the people from Monday Night Football,
And
the
said, man,
ABC
he
show,
said,
and
yeah.
took them to NBC. So they probably do something similar. But yeah, I mean the WNBA is theirs only worth a few million, if that. So, you know.
Listen.
But at this
Like,
point now, if you ride that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese train,
mhm.
hopefully that number will go up.
Well, you know what the move would be? Whoever's the odd man out, right? So say it, well, I don't want to put it on TNT. Say it's NBC, they the odd person out. If I was them, I just go to WNBA. Boom. You know, I'm sure that y'all got to be on ESPN. Okay, got it. Then the rest of the games we got, you know what I'm saying? And throw the money at them because it might as well get on now. Because listen, if Caitlin Clark cooks even a little bit, right? She gonna be cool. And I think people were tripping about her salary, yeah, but it's like them endorsements deals she got. What Nike? She got big boys,
She
State
signed a
Farm.
$28 million deal with Nike.
Yeah, she Gucci. She gonna be all right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So all
yeah.
she's gotta go out there who. And then when Juju come through, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure some other young lady we're not considering. And again, shout out to the black man that's going to support the WNBA and just, like you said, with this, it's just they just talking ball, right? Just they just love to watch basketball. Kind of like how you watch uh football in the summer. You know what I'm saying?
I love it,
You
baby.
see what I
Canadian
mean?
football.
Somebody
I'm watching the UFL right now. I love
I have no
football.
desire. I have no desire to watch UFL, bro. Just
It's
zero.
good football, man.
I'm sure. Hey, listen. That's why I listen to the Easy Smoker GM podcast,
It's
bro. Y'all
good
talk about it
football.
there. That's
But
what
no,
I mean.
we don't talk about the
See, look at
UFL.
that. Look at
Although
that. Look at that.
I don't expect Glenn and Smoke to watch the UFL. But no, it's good football, man. If you like football, watch the UFL.
So all this sports talk as I was watching on a random Sunday, right? Just had the TV on, like the playoffs were on. Shout out to YouTube TV. Sarah tagged them so we can get some money. And so I'm just flipping through the kind of the guide that they had while the game was on. And I looked at this ESPN news and it said the pillow fighting championships. I was like,
The what?
yeah, I said, hold on, this can't be
Were you
real.
watching ESPN the Ocho?
I think so. And so I looked at it and I'm like, wait a minute, these dudes got real pillows as they had real gear sponsors. Like think Dr. Pepper was a sponsor,
Why
right?
do
You know
you
what I'm
need
saying?
gear for a pillow fight?
Well, I mean, like if they had the outfits that said PFC, right? The Pillow Fight Championships,
Okay.
like branded gear. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was in a little hall somewhere, but they had bleachers. People was in there, and essentially you could use a pillow. You couldn't use so if the pillow was in your right hand, you couldn't use necessarily your left hand to hit somebody with. And the whole thing is you only get points from headshots. Pause. It's like you just hit, if you hit somebody in the head with it, that's a point. But if I hit you in the stomach with it, doesn't mean anything. Or
Those the body blows add up.
or I could hit you in the leg. If I hit you in the leg and make you move, those are points. And I'm sitting here watching this like these cats be training for this? Like, you see a dude in the gym, those gym videos, benching with two benches, all the weights that we training for, bro. Pillow fight championships. What? That's what you training for
Hey,
now?
if it pays.
What are you doing? And it's just like, yo, and listen, it was all my height. 5'10, 5'11. I'm like, oh, so this is my calling here, pillow fight championships, man. So, and again, this was founded by Steve Williams in 2021, offering a unique style of combat sport that combines elements of boxing and mixed martial arts to specialized pillows.
How do you
These
box?
pillows,
How do you get boxing into pillow
well,
fighting?
it's more from what I saw, it's more defense, right? It's like kind of the vibe. So, because like again, somebody swinging his pillow at you. It ain't, it looked like it's heavy. So it was a lot of ducking. So I think it's like a lot of defense that people were playing, seeing the pillow coming. Because you see that swing coming from, so it's not like a punch where like I can snuff you with a good one, a good hook. Like this pillow, you kind of got to wind up to bring it for it to do some damage. You know what I'm saying?
What's the
So
density of these pillows? Is it
yeah,
is
well,
it
bro, you got to go to the wiki for that, man. I'm not sure.
okay. All
But
right.
these pillows are equipped with durable handles and a ripstop nylon, enabling swift and forceful movements that generate a distinctive sound upon impact. Each bout lasts for 90 seconds. And I mean,
Okay.
truly, so they got a whole website, everything, man. FightPFC.com. This is 3 years. I'm telling you, man. You can live through anything, and Magic made it. Hey, man, if Trump became president, you can have a pillow fight championship. But that's not where it stops. So
Okay.
again, just only what's on? Yeah, flip another channel. No, this is on Instagram, of course. It's Instagram.
Okay.
The Extreme Firemen Competition. Have you seen this
I've
before?
seen that before.
Yo, that's wild, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but now I was like, yo, those cats
They go
are
through obstacle
real.
courses and they gotta roll up hoses and
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
I've
like
seen that
they
before.
they like they it's wild because like they'll knock a ladder down, but the dude is climbing it.
Yeah.
It's not even on the building yet. It's like the ladder's falling. He just knows it's gonna hit the wall, man. Like it's like they're putting fires out fast, climbing through windows, climbing up buildings. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. And then so again, I don't know what was going on in my algorithm, man. Then the best one is the best one I
What you
saw
got?
was the Carjitsu uh championships. Have you heard about
What
this?
is I don't know what that is.
Carjitsu. So it turns any car into a competitive martial arts fighting arena. So dudes get in a car, they sit next to each other, then they fight in the car.
Hmm.
Like in one match, the dude used the seatbelt to choke a dude out. I was like, yo, I can't think of nothing else, man.
In a car. What kind of car?
Like any kind of cars. Like they got some old school joints in here. So let me just read this. Mixed martial. This is from what is this? PowerNationTV.com. I hope that's not some MAGA site. Mixed martial arts has grown to be one of the most popular sports in the world today. Fighters from nations everywhere compete in one-on-one matches. The sport has escalated to high levels of popularity. The subcategories of the sport have formed, with some sounding a bit unorthodox for athletic competition. One of those competitions is known as Carjitsu, exactly what you imagine it being. Two competitors are seating in the driver and passenger seats of the car. Before the match starts, they must both be buckled in. Once the match begins, both competitors must, this is crazy. Who would do this? Must unbuckle themselves and attempt to submit their other opponent inside the vehicle. Each round lasts for 3 minutes. Dog, that's a long 3 minutes, man.
Yeah.
But listen, I just know we talked about autism awareness month. Brooklyn had me in the car one time. It was like this was the longest 10 minutes of my life. You understand me? Both competitors are shout out to you, Brooklyn. Both competitors are allowed to utilize any part of the vehicle's interior to their to their advantage, including seat belts, steering wheel, window sills. Dog,
Steering wheel. So you're just knocking guys in, just
what
taking their
is
head
this?
and ramming it into the steering wheel.
Hold on, just like in traditional Brazilian jiu-jitsu matches, competitors are rewarded points. But who's judging this? By judges for taking advantageous positions and mounts while moving around in the vehicle's interior. So I guess you can get, get in the back, jump in the back seat and get somebody to chuck over in the front seat, or you beat them with the top of the seat or something. Oh, this stuff is wild. I'm sorry nobody ain't dead. A winner is declared to whichever competitor is victorious in 2 out of 3 rounds. If both competitors win 1 round each, the final 4-minute round takes place in the back seat.
4
Okay.
minutes. That's a
Okay.
long time, Jack.
Okay. 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 Yeah, this sounds like a John Wick movie. You know what I mean? Just like you just
That's
fight
probably
somebody
where
in
they
the back
got it
seat.
from. Yeah.
Probably. I'm telling you, you can live through
Martial
anything.
arts in close quarters.
Dog. It's like the final round. It's like, all right, in the back seat, guys, hold on, man. Thought that was a fun place.
Yeah, I thought the ultimate slap fighting was wild. That's different.
It's wild. The slap fight is hilarious. Like, come on, hit me. I'm a dog. Bow, dude, buckle. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
see, all that talking, fam. Got you
Yeah.
slapped. Got you knocked out, bro. So yeah, guys. I mean, it's a lot of wild stuff. So if you're not into basketball like Ez, you can watch a lot of these sports. these other sports.
See, you got people thinking I don't like basketball. That's
Hey,
not true.
cause you don't, man. What are we talking about?
That's not true. I just don't I don't follow it like
You
I do
don't.
football. That's
You
all.
don't what? You don't like it. You're like, yeah, it's stupid All-Star game.
The
So,
All-Star game is stupid, but we
jeez.
can get off that.
All right. So as I told you about this article before we got to recording, you were discussed it. So it's talking about this is from Forbes Advisor. This is 2024 US and other PTO statistics, because this is the time of year people start figuring out like vacation time, summer's coming up, figure out when they're gonna take the time off, what they're gonna do with their kids. Trust me, man, like the summer for parents with young kids is Hunger Games, bro. Figuring out summer camp, what they gonna do, costs so much. Camp start at 10:34 and it ends at 2:11, and it's $60 for every minute you're late. You know what I mean? It's like, how am I supposed to work? I'm supposed to pay for this camp. Anyway, yeah, you can see what my mind is. So, but people don't take a lot of PTO. So here's some stats from this Forbes Advisors. 28 million Americans don't get any paid vacation or paid holidays. That's wow. So that's just,
How
I'm sure
many?
those are
28 million?
28 million Americans. Yeah, that's a big number, dog. That's a lot
Yeah.
of people, right? That's so
Well,
that's a little
that
less than
must mean
10%.
those are mostly part-time workers then, right?
Yeah, probably so. And I mean,
Okay.
so it says this does
Or
not
it
guarantee.
could be people that have like multiple jobs.
Well, this means that employees can work for months or even years without any break, lacking the work-life balance that is. So it doesn't really make a point. It doesn't say paid vacation or paid holidays. I mean, to your point, it probably just the type of job that you have, right? Or what you need. But yeah,
Uh,
28 million Americans. That's
that
a lot of
that's
people.
terrible. All right.
So nearly a third of U.S. employees do not have access to PTO. So job type and industry can often determine whether or not workers have the option of PTO. If an employee is in a position where they are constantly in front of clients or customers, for example, the chance of PTO may be lower than a worker whose job requires a lot of back end or behind the scenes work. I mean, I can see that because it's like, like especially like a sales shop, like kind of what they're talking about, you're never really off. Like even if you try to have a vacation, you know what I'm saying? It's like that be the day your biggest client needs you to do whatever. So it's like, you know, like somebody we know, right? Is constantly they gotta cancel the trip or on the trip working, you know what I'm saying? Because it's
That's not
like
the same. That's not the same thing, though. It's not equivalent. That's a totally different level that
got
we
you. Yeah, I'm just saying.
most of
It
us little
happens.
peons aren't on. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, I know, right? I
Yeah.
know, right? Shout out to the boss.
Yes, sir.
Um, so over
That's my guy.
over half, 52% of employees report working while on PTO. Just like I was saying, I know I've done that. That's what I'm trying to do differently. It's like if I got the day off, I got the day off. A lady at my job, her out of office was like, "I'm out the office. Holler at y'all tomorrow." And I was
That's a
like,
good. I like it.
"Yo, when I saw, I said, hey, your note was encouraging." She was
Yeah.
like, she was like, Robert, I was still checking messages. I was like, you talking like you walk it.
I must be the only person, boy. When I'm off,
You off.
I'm off.
Ah, man, that's it. Because
I don't open emails.
But the problem is though, and I'm sure people will agree, it feels like it's almost like you get punished when you take the day off, man. Like because when you come back, it'd be like you end up doing 5 days of work in four. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's what being at work is for. My off day? No, it's
Yeah, I'm not.
mine.
Listen, I got that bad. I got that bad. It's like because you feel like I just check a couple. Because the thought is, I'll just check a couple emails, right,
Mm-mm,
to make sure, like,
no,
you know, because you're thinking, and you might be onto something because you're thinking I'll make when I go back, I'll make it easier myself, but you're making
no.
your day
You
off
don't.
worse.
You don't need to. Just
Yeah,
worry about it when you get back.
yeah, because it's gonna be there. It ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
That's real. That's real. Over 765 million vacation days have gone unused by Americans.
That's crazy to me.
That is a little nuts. That is a little
Crazy. I
nuts.
use
Wow.
all my. Well, I work at a job that you
You can
can't
carry over,
carry
right?
over days.
Oh, so you got to use those.
You
So then you
gotta
don't waste
use.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
That's
not wasting no day.
I do
No.
but I do it's like a game to me. I carry over. I try to carry over the maximum, but it's like for what, Rob? You know what I'm saying? Just like
I used to. So
just use the
we
days.
used to be able to carry. We used to be able to carry over 5 days.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, let me save 5 days. But no. That's why.
But shout out to people who also use their sick days. I don't use my sick day.
No, I
No
don't
matter
use
what
sick
job I've had,
days.
I've never used a sick day, bro.
I think mentally, I always think that sick days are frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, unless you
I only use like if I'm really, if I call off sick,
I'm
I'm
sick.
sick.
Yeah, and I guess to your point, I don't want to say I don't want to use a sick day and I'm not sick. And it's like, oh, you want, it's like putting out there like I'm sick. And no, I'm
Yeah.
not sick. I just take the vacation day, man.
And lucky for me, like our job, we get pretty, ample sick time. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I try my best not to use it. I will say that. I'm loyal to that. But the
Mm-hmm.
actual PTO days, nah,
Yeah, those be gone
gotta
though.
use them. Gotta go.
So the average American worker gets 11 days of paid vacation per year. So 11 days is what, 2 weeks in a
Two
day,
weeks. Yeah.
essentially. So I mean, that's not. I can see that's like entry level new job. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people negotiate their vacation days enough. But I feel like if you are a top person though, you know, that's kind of built in that
That's
you got so
I
much
got a
time
question.
off. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a question about that pretty soon, I think. But
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it.
well, no, when let's say you switch jobs or careers or whatever,
Mhm.
and you get a new job, right? Say same industry. Yeah, do you negotiate those like or are you set back to let's say you're in a position currently where you're getting like a month worth of vacation and then you
Mhm.
start somewhere else and you're basically seniority wise you're at the
The
bottom.
same. Good.
Are
Bottom. Okay.
you yeah.
I
Do
would
you go
say
back to
so.
that 1 week
No, it's
or
hard to do that. You
can you
got to
negotiate?
see that, and I think that's to your point. I think that's like when you people just think negotiation is about money. Like it's about vacation. It's about location where you work. You know what I'm saying? Now it's also about remote work versus in person work, right? So I feel like that's something that's on, and also you could uh like the move would be is to say you have a trip on the because the problem with vacation a new job is sometimes you don't get it, you had to like accrue it or build it, so like
Right.
you working for the first year, so like sometimes people, I've done it before when I started new jobs, like because I mean it's been true. I've had a trip that was planned before I knew I was gonna get this job, and it's like, well, I gotta go on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Now some jobs it's like they give you your days up front. So like when the triplets were born, I just started a job, at 7, 8 months prior, and it was a year, and I was working for the government, so I didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? They were able to figure something out. I could kind of like put some days in advance because I was off for a month when the kids were born. Just home nonstop for the month. And then it was obviously back sleeping like sleeping 2 hours, whatever. That's another story for the other day. But I mean, it's on the front. You just had to, I think that's something that you have to negotiate on the front, especially like you said, and I think it also factors into your life. Like if like you need these days. So like for me, I know I need my days, right? So like I'll have to talk through like this how I need to know I have access to my days at an earlier point. Like that's why like that's when it comes to private versus like public, right? Because some like a public company, this is just the rule. This is the mechanism that they have, right? I'm sure they can write in some things and make it happen, but this is like the system that's set up. Now, private company, they can do whatever the heck they want to, right?
Right.
This is
Right.
your number of days. They just keep track of the days, if that's what it takes to get you, then that's what they'll give you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been in the same place for roughly 20 years, so it hasn't come up, but
Man, you got like 6 months of vacation days, don't you?
I'm saying so.
Man, it's like listen, you like
If I
listen.
if I go somewhere else, but I don't want to lose all that,
You
man.
like so do you guys get 6 months off? No, not the job for me. Not the job. Not the job for me.
It's not quite 6 months, but I got plenty of days accrued.
So the average employee in the U.S. receives an average of 7.6 paid holidays. So okay, the most common paid okay, I'll let you guess is the seven common
Uh,
paid holidays.
I'll tell you what I get.
Okay, Boxing Day.
Oh, I sure do. No, we don't get Boxing Day. We get
Shot. I must get that Pulaski Day, boy. Woo! Well, nobody outside but me.
let's see.
Gym was nice and free.
All right, we get New Year's Day,
Yep.
King, Dr.
Yep.
King holiday.
Well,
We
they
get
didn't list it. So they didn't list this on the Oh, they just list the
No?
common pay holiday. Wait, go ahead. They just list the common pay holidays. Go ahead.
Okay. President's Day.
Mm-mm. Everybody get I don't get President's Day.
You don't get President's Day? We get
No,
President's Day.
I just take it off. Yeah.
Um, Memorial Day.
Right.
4th of July. Well, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. Juneteenth now.
Oh, well, so according to this, no, I worked a job prior to this. We didn't get Juneteenth off.
We get Juneteenth off now.
It felt very red. The most.
4th of July. That's
Yep.
6. I'm at 6 right now. Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
You
You missed a very big one.
Which one?
Christmas.
Well, no, I was getting there. I'm in
Oh,
order. I'm
going through
in
the year.
order.
My bad,
Going through the
bro.
year.
My
Going through the
bad.
year. I'm at 8. I said Labor Day, right?
You said Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
The day after Thanksgiving.
No, that's I work jobs. I never had a day off.
We get that off. We get that as a holiday.
Man, you get. I need to work when you work, bro. Man, you get
Yeah.
holidays.
And then Christmas.
Okay.
That's I think 11. I think I counted 11 there.
Yeah. So federal employees have 11 annual paid holidays. You pretty
Yeah.
much named them all. Juneteenth was in there. Shout out to the article. Men and women are entitled up to 8 weeks of parental leave per child.
Is that true? I've never had to do that.
Yes. So in 2018, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics found that only 17% of companies offered paid parental leave and 89% offered unpaid. The state of New York, which has the most generous program, allows parents to take up to 12 weeks of paid family leave at 67% of their pay up to a cap. Man,
not
after
bad.
12 weeks, what am I back for? Like, y'all, they do it. I mean, imagine being going for your job for 12 weeks. They doing a whole new thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
it's like
gonna come back to maybe nothing.
everything. I mean, everything different. They done gave all your stuff away.
Step into my office.
No. But I think that's the part that's illegal. Like FMLA. That's the whole thing. Your job is guaranteed.
Your job is guaranteed. Yeah. Until it's not.
They ain't gonna like you when you come back. Yeah. So we put the PSRs up here. No, Earl, we put the PSRs over here now, man. You've been going for 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's correct, man.
But
I try not. Wait, I do try not to go too long.
Right.
Just because I don't want people to, to get used to me not being there.
So the next section is about usage, because I feel like it's a lot of internal pressure, like you said. So I was listening to another podcast about how like school attendance is down, and they were saying a lot of it is because with the pandemic, before the pandemic, it was just like you go to school no matter what. Like, I know I went to school pretty much every day, didn't miss a day.
Yeah.
Sick. Like if I wasn't in school, I was super, super
You
sick.
got a
You know
you
what I'm saying?
got a you got a fever and a
I mean,
cough.
and my
No,
mother had to be like,
go to
you
school.
can't go. It's like, it was like, oh, if he can't go, it's like, because I always would miss the turkey. It's just like I had a bad cold the same time of year every year. And so, but then they were making the case like, now, obviously with the pandemic, we kind of saw that being in the school building, not that it wasn't important, right? It is important, but it was like it felt like if you missed a day of school, you were going to be so far behind. That's not the case, especially with remote learning. But also they were saying how, like we talked about, when you would go, you would feel sick, you just stay because it was like, well, if you're not here, you're missing out. You're not tough, you're not sticking it out. And now with the pandemic, people were telling you, keep your sick kid at the crib. You know what I'm saying? And it put you were. And it's like, yeah, we should have been doing that a long time ago. Because again, as a parent, sick kids are getting my kids sick, and now I'm getting sick.
Right,
You see what I'm
right.
saying? So
Getting
please
passed
keep your
along
study nose kid at the
households.
crib. But
Yeah.
it's like that's why kids aren't going to school as much. So like this similar thing with vacation days is like people just didn't take them as much because it felt like it was just like unknown pressure. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I don't want to be out. They gonna think I'm not showing up or showing out. You know what I'm saying? So employees take an average of 20.3 days off per year. That's actually pretty big, a big number. Pretty big. Pretty big number. Jeez. Uh
It's late.
so in 2018, Americans used an average of 17.4 days of PTO. These figures show that at least before the pandemic, it was typical for US workers to take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks off work. What I want to do more is take a week off. I've done that here and there, like taking the kids out of town. But like
Yeah.
that, it's been a while. Like if I do this trip, it's like
You
you
take
know,
three here.
Thursday to Sunday. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Thursday,
right,
Friday
right.
off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to start doing day
You gotta do at least one. I always do at least one like full week
Okay,
in there. Usually at
okay.
the end of the year.
So let me see. Just read a few more. Uh, Nearly a third of employees report mandatory paid time off as a top benefit to offer. So now you talking about negotiating, right? That's something I don't think people consider negotiating when it's like they try to get that big number, but yeah, the number's cool, but you ain't got no days. You know what I'm saying? You can't use it. If you
Yeah.
negotiate,
That's the top
extra
benefit.
week,
What percentage said that was the top benefit?
nearly 31% of employees report mandatory paid time off as a top benefit to offer.
Interesting. Okay. I would assume
So,
that health insurance is number one.
well, I mean, I guess they figure most companies, most people probably think most health insurances are similar. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, like depending, I mean, obviously if you got like Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that, the PPO, you can go anywhere. But like if you got your main doctor to you, it may not be that big of a deal, right? It's like across the board is somewhat similar. But like, can I get an extra day off or extra week off? Might not be a bad thing. Now, unlimited, we'll end with this unlimited PTO. And I've heard people jobs of having this, but I've never had a job. Have you ever had a job with unlimited PTO?
No,
So only 4% of companies offer unlimited PTO.
I don't even know how that would work.
So essentially, unlimited PTO means that workers can take as much or as little PTO as they want. They're not assigned a set number of days, have the freedom to take breaks from work whenever they like.
They just need to be able to get the work done. As
That
long
that's
as
that
long as there's
that's it.
productivity, you're all good.
So a majority of employees are interested in unlimited PTO. I bet they are. 70% of workers like the idea of it.
Uh,
So
I don't know if I would trust myself with unlimited
yeah, you'd be like,
PTO.
another people not coming in.
Yeah, I won't
Ezra,
be able to make it today.
Ezra, you've taken 300 PTO days. It's like 365 days in a year. It's like, geez. Uh, it's like you take all those aren't even work days. So a majority, yeah, I said that already. Job postings with unlimited PTO have risen 178%, man.
Didn't
That's
they say there were
crazy.
presidents that were taking like, you know, 150 days or something? Like, what was it? Wasn't there a number for Trump on how many how many
Oh,
vacation days he took or something like that.
that brother took the max. You understand? He's like, you the president. You got to come to work sometime, man. Doggone. Okay, couple more, man. On average, now here's the thing. On average, employees with unlimited PTO only take 10 days off. It's a mind trick. You know what I'm saying? Now you
Because you're
got
so
unlimited.
you're so scared that they're gonna think that you're not doing nothing, that you end up working more anyway.
But I think also it's like, for the point you were making, like, I'm gonna take my days. I'm gonna use them. But if you can use them whenever, then it's like, well,
It's not that valuable.
it's not that valuable. So it's
Yeah,
like I might as well come on into the office. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's like you don't get a benefit from it, right?
And
So I'm sure
you can
you probably get a
probably
check.
well, you can probably go in and you can spend 3-4 hours there, and then and then
Dip
get
out.
out. Yeah,
So yeah, so it's like, yeah, because mostly people need vacation using what they needed. Like these people, like,
yeah,
I did my work, I'm out, which is what remote work was doing right after the pandemic, right? It was like, just get your job done. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to meet at 3, be there at 3.
yeah.
But they don't trust people no more. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get y'all back in office. Sorry, guys. Last one. Employees with unlimited PTO report the best work-life balance. Wait, actually, I'll do 2 more. 42% with unlimited PTO always work on vacation. So unlimited PTO really is the remote work. That's
Yeah.
unlimited
Yeah.
PTO. Jeez, man. But yeah, go to Forbes Advisor if you want more stats on the average PTO in the US and other PTO statistics. That was something, man. Because it's like, again, I have to use my days. I'm gonna try to use them up this year. Well, I mean, usually when I use my days, it's chipmunk related anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take some time. Take some time. Last thing is, which will highlight how old we are. I was listening to a podcast. I don't want to say their names. I'm gonna say something bad about them in a minute. And they were talking about "Remember the Time" by Michael Jackson. I looked it up on the wiki. How old is Remember? How old is that video? Do you remember?
1992.
A good call, man. January 14, 1992.
I
That's
remember.
when it came out.
Yeah.
It was released by Epic Records on the day we just mentioned. It was as the second single from Jackson's 8th studio album, Dangerous. The song was written and composed by Teddy Riley, Michael Jackson, and Bernard Bell, and produced by Teddy Riley and Michael Jackson.
Remember the Time is Teddy Riley?
Yeah, you never know that?
No.
Yeah, that's why I bang. That's why I bang so much, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
I heard a story recently where Mike was working with Teddy Riley. I didn't realize that was one of the songs. But I guess Eric Sermon was there, and Michael Jackson wanted to meet Eric Sermon, and Eric Sermon said, "No, I'm working right now," and didn't meet Michael Jackson.
See, that's when keeping it real goes wrong.
I think it was on Drink Champs, yeah.
Yeah,
and he said that's one of the things he regrets in life, that he had a chance to meet Michael Jackson, he didn't do it.
That's what keeping it real goes wrong, man. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Yeah, that was so the singles off of the album were Black or White. I never really liked that song.
Me neither. I didn't like that entire album, actually.
Yeah, when the video came on, I was like, this what we was waiting on all night to watch this. Okay, they change their faces. All right. Oh, I'm cool. That's not my favorite Michael Jackson song. But then Remember the Time came out, and in the closet, I mean, people who love it, but
which song is I don't know that song.
In the closet. But in just another. Oh, he's like in the sand in some like the desert.
Oh yeah. I remember the
Naomi
video.
Campbell's in the video.
I remember the video. Yeah, I remember that.
Sleepy.
I remember
so that. Remember the Time was generally well received by contemporary critics. So here's the thing. I'm not even gonna read the wiki stuff because we can do this all the time, right? Because I think Remember the Time is the same thing with the whole Off the Wall versus Thriller kind of debate, right? I know you like Thriller more than Off the Wall, but you would agree Off the Wall is an R&B album. You know what I'm saying? It's a more soulful album, and it don't miss. Thriller and most of Jack's albums after that are more pop. records, right? Or you know what I'm saying? It's like this, like, okay, this is for people. If you this is beyond R&B or whatever that even means. And so I feel like Remember the Time is an R&B song. It's an R&B song. It's not a pop. That's pop song. So it goes back to the podcast I listened to that have been thinking about it because they were saying, talking about Michael Jackson, and these were white people. They were like, yeah, like Remember the Time, his song wasn't that great and the video was horrible. And I was thinking, like, what? The video was horrible. Video was amazing.
That video was well, all of Michael Jackson's videos are great.
But this one was like
Let's be real.
black. This
But
was a black excellence before that was like
yeah,
even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy and it wasn't Naomi Campbell. What was her name?
it was Naomi Campbell wasn't in that video.
That wasn't Naomi Campbell? I don't think that was Naomi Campbell, man.
Oh no, it was, you know what it was? It was Iman.
There we go.
It was
There we
Iman.
go. I knew
Yeah,
somebody with one
yeah.
name.
And
It's like
Magic Johnson. Magic
yeah,
Johnson's in the video. He
yeah.
plays one of the guards.
And Michael Jackson spun around, turned the gold dust, came
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
his joint. You know what I'm saying?
That video was amazing.
I remember that Twitter thread where the guy was like, if somebody in my house go, that, he's like, I'm killing them on the spot. Should walk up in my house, that. Who gonna do that in my house? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, it's two Americas, man. Some people think Remember the Time is whack, and it was like the video was trash, and we were like, nah, this is it right here, man. And even now, Remember the Time when it come on the radio. Hey, I listen to the full joint, man. I still let it ride, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the video premiered on like after an episode of In Living Color or something.
That probably sounds right. Because Black or White came out, so it's 91. Let me see when this was released. So yeah, that sounds right. Black and White was released in November 11, 1991. But that was on after A Living Color too, I think.
I think you're right. I think they both premiered on Fox.
Yeah, so Black or White, according to Wiki, said that it premiered, so the video premiered simultaneously in 27 countries with an audience of 500 million viewers. Dang.
Wow.
Gum.
That's incredible.
Jeez, this is Black and White with the most ever for a music video. It premiered on MTV, BET, VH1, and Fox, giving them their highest Nielsen ratings ever at the time.
So they simulcast. Wow. So it was on all those networks at one time.
Bro, I know you're supposed to say never, man, but that's never happened again, dog. Like, for real. That's never happened. 500. I ain't know that.
Well, I don't know. Do they even make music videos like that anymore?
No, I think it's more like you know, what do they call them? Visuals now. They
What's
call them
the
music videos.
What's the channel that used to be MTV Jams? It's called something else now. It's called MTV something else now.
Oh man, I used to let that run, just have it on, man. Dog, come on, I forgot all about that.
So
and it was VH1, it was a VH Soul. It was like a 104, it was 454. It was a VH1.
Yeah, it was VH1 Soul and it was MTV Jams. But MTV Jams is something else now. Anyway, my father-in-law came over the other day, and my wife told him, "Hey, go sit down. You can watch TV." So he turned the TV on, and I've never turned in the how long we've been here now? 6 years I've been here. MTV Jams or whatever this channel 209 is. I've never turned to this channel because I didn't even know videos was on. He for whatever reason turned on MTV. I was like, wait, where did you find this? But he was watching videos. Okay.
Wow.
All right, my man.
Wow. So now, Remember the Time video was directed by John Singleton and choreographed.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Fatima Robinson. You know, the Ancient Egypt said. I mean, I think again, just for Black people, that was just a powerful kind of vision, kind of thing to see. So it was just different for us. Yeah, filmed in 92, Universal Studios backlot. Prior to the release of the video, Jackson's record label promoted it by releasing clips as well as releasing the video behind the scenes clips and making the video. Like, I do remember that it was like, oh, this video is coming. Like, you know, pause. Like, you know, check this out. It's coming, yada, yada. The 9-minute video was promoted as a short film It premiered on ABC, NBC, Fox, BET, and MTV on February 2nd, 1992. Yo, shout out to Michael Jackson. It's like when I'm outside, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so did all his videos premiere like that?
I think
Like dating back to like Thriller?
I believe it sounds like it. I mean, a Michael Jackson video was a big
Well,
deal.
no, Thriller couldn't have been premiered on regular TV.
No. That's a good point. It was like they. I remember. I guess the story is MTV didn't have any black artists on, and they had to put Thriller because the song was banging. So it wasn't like it was simulcast. But I think
But
after
no,
that,
but
it
I'm
was like
saying the short film versions though, because that was like a 15-minute video,
Thriller.
maybe even longer. Or
That's
like
like a Tubi movie. That's the first Tubi movie.
Bad. Remember Bad
Mm-hmm.
with Wesley Snipes?
Jeez.
Yeah, that was at least 20 minutes.
Man, so the video featured groundbreaking visual effects, appearances by Eddie Murphy, Iman, The Far Side, Magic Johnson, wait, was it Tom Tiny Lister, and let me see. Yeah, that was a big deal, man. But it's
Tiny
crazy.
Lister, that's Debo.
Yeah, this is wild, man.
The
It's
Far
crazy.
Side.
Yeah, I don't remember them in it. I had to watch that again.
Huh.
Because I mean, I can only think of the edited version. You know what I'm saying? I probably saw the 9-minute version one time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just him running through the didn't he kiss Iman in the video? Didn't they kiss?
They might have yeah, that's
Jeez,
possible. That is
man.
possible. Interesting.
Imagine Michael Jackson. Okay, well, that's an after dark conversation. So, remember the time that boy was a killer. So, oh, man, he was like, don't let this light voice fool you, baby. Straight up. But okay, that's it. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials. Shout out
Oh,
to
wait,
what's that?
Tubi.
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 All right. You know you get killed for your recommendations, man. So what we got? What we got?
All right, this one, it actually started off really well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's called God Forgives, I Don't. Started off well.
Uh-huh.
The camera work is not awful. The audio's not bad. The
Mm-hmm.
sound of it is not bad. The acting wasn't bad. All right.
But
Nobody like of major note is in this movie. This is a true independent film, right?
sure.
But as it went on, I mean, it went from wow, this is a really good movie. I think I know where this is going, and then it went somewhere that I couldn't believe it went.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give it away, but you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh my God. And then it ends and it went way too far.
Mm. So
Just like a
God,
Tubi movie does.
God forgives, but I don't.
But I don't.
Okay. Okay.
It's
I
worth
was
it's worth it's worth the hour and a half.
okay. Oh, hour and a half. All right.
Hour and a
Okay,
half. Yeah,
cool.
it's a feature length.
Yeah, I was
Um,
listening to The Town. It's a podcast featuring Matt Bellamy. It's a Ringer podcast. I was listening to The Town on it's a Ringer podcast with Matt Bellamy, and they had the CEO of Tubi on there. I guess this white woman, she used to be the CEO.
what's she talking about?
Just so they're talking about like the growth of Tubi. I guess it's the so again, I just want to make this point is we we probably never gonna get credit for the stuff we do. We like sirens out here. Is. We be talking about stuff 2-3 months before it happened, and then they be on Forbes and they be on, and we didn't been talked about it. It's just that's just what we do, dog. You know what I'm saying? We may not get credit, but I just want to salute you, Ez, for being a futurist. You understand me? And so because we talk about this stuff in advance. And here's this woman talking about Tubi and just how, the growth that it has, and like I think it has more subscribers than they said Peacock or something like that. I was like, that's crazy. But now the host asked about like the black viewership, and I will say she kind of like not breezed over it, but she was saying like, there is that they kind of lucked up on this. She was honest. She was like, that wasn't something we were like necessarily searching for. But once we saw that it was growing, we leaned into it. And she was like, that I know that group of people doesn't feel welcome in Hollywood. She was not wrong. Like we talk about this in our Oscar episode. It's like, all these movies, and it's hard to make a movie. And it's like, and even though I know there is a beef, yes, you and I talked about it openly because that's what we do on the pod. Just how we know that Tubi is owned by Fox, and that ultimately somehow I'm sure supports Fox News, which is opposite to our personal views, right? So that's something we have to reconcile with. But you have to, but there is an opportunity for people to make movies and films, and maybe not that don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you go to BT Plus, they are not owned by anybody black anyway. So hey, I guess it behooves us.
That's paramount.
Behooves us to create our own platform, right? But they talked about just leaning into like and expanding this to not just to other groups that feel marginalized that maybe want to have movies and films, but these black films on Tubi be bussing straight up, man.
And I say, man, at least there's a platform for it. That's cool. Yeah. It's a lot of, and these are independent filmmakers, man, that are spending, I don't know how much money, but good money to produce these films, and Tubi's the place for it. And I know Roland Martin said, you're supporting Fox News, and that's they built the Fox network on the backs of black people and then got away from it. I get it.
Yeah, that's hard. And trust me, I'm not even saying he's wrong. Like he's right. Tubi, I'm thinking about that. Like it's like how I'm trying to reconcile this, right? But if I can, that's really hard, man.
But at the moment, they're supporting, independent black filmmakers. So what do you do?
That's the game, unless we, there's a way to create the platform that's something similar. But who knows, man? But
it's getting traction.
And this is next, and I'm glad you and I we pretty much have the same conversation every week, so people understand. Like we know what's happening. We not gonna be ignorant or act like we don't know. We know. We're talking it through in real time. But in the meantime, Mother May I? No, I'm sorry, not Mother May I. No. God forgives.
No, God forgives. I don't. It's what I mean. It's a touchy subject matter. I will warn you with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be like, oh my God.
I got a feeling somebody gonna say I need to see your phone. You talk to Ezra.
Oh my God. But then
Ezra's not me here. But he talk to your ass.
And if that's not enough, like I said, if that's not enough, the ending is just, oh my God. It didn't need that.
Okay. All right.
It's over the top.
Jeez. I think you sold it well, brother.
Yeah, there we go. Well. Without giving it away.
That's your Tubi record for the week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for checking us out on the pod. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. We are internationally long. It's long. Oh, I need to go sleep. That'd be something. I'm internationally long.
I'm shocked I didn't get a pause there, man.
Hey. Well, some numbers you want to be true, man. Okay. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Super Duper Podcast. Champagne from you and I. Wait, you alive? Now that's champagne if you was I. Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide? If you know that bringing hope here is how careers die. Or do the K stand for kamikaze? The J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Should've, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. It said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke